Hello, happy summer. I said summer. Y'all know y'all don't see me over the summer, so this has to be something really, really big. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Black Writers Read. For those of you who have been a part of the community for a bit, and also those who are joining us for the first time, my name is Nicole Young Martin, and I am the founder, producer, and host of this podcast. Thank you for tuning in for this very, very special bonus episode of Black Writers Read. Launched on Juneteenth in 2020, Black Writers Read was created as a platform to showcase, celebrate, and honor the words, work, and traditions of Black writers from across the country, across genres, across experiences, and across the African diaspora. Black Writers Read is a behind the scenes conversation into the craft and what it means to create as a Black author in today's society. Since starting the series, Black Writers Read has hosted 60 writers from across the country and the globe, including Los Angeles, upstate New York's Hudson Valley, New York City, Vermont, Washington, D.C., Maryland, Greater Boston, Virginia, Florida, Kentucky, Philadelphia, Western Massachusetts, Seattle, Chicago, Arizona, Hawaii, my hometown of Detroit, Indiana, Portugal, Costa Rica, and St. Martin, ranging various genres, including memoir, young adult fiction, children's picture books, history, criticism, poetry, horror, essays, and creative nonfiction. Our virtual platform includes the live stream interviews, the audio podcasts, book clubs, and curriculum development assistance. Find us online at blackwritersread.com. This bonus episode, we now officially add film to our plethora of genres. Today's bonus episode features my recent conversation with Clarence Divine I. Maclin from the A24 Films Sing Sing. Yes, folks, that A24, the really amazing film company. I am beyond honored to have had the opportunity to sit down and chat with Mr. Maclin, who is a key member of the film Sing Sing. Here's some information on the film. Divine G, played by Colman Domingo, imprisoned at Sing Sing for a crime he didn't commit, finds purpose by acting in a theater group alongside other incarcerated men, including weary newcomer Clarence Maclin, who plays a younger version of himself, and the stirring true story of resilience, humanity, and the transformative power of art, starring an unforgettable ensemble cast of formerly incarcerated actors. In Sing Sing, Mr. Maclin plays a younger version of himself, and his time participating in the Rehabilitation Through the Arts theater program, the film gifts us with a very intimate inside look into the process of theater making and the transformative power of RTA. Rehabilitation Through the Arts helps people in prison develop critical life skills through the arts, modeling an approach to the justice system based on human dignity rather than punishment. Founded at Sing Sing in 1996, RTA works with professional theater artists to lead year-round workshops in theater, teaching artists to lead year-round workshops in theater, dance, music, creative writing, and visual arts. The RTA model provides an intensive, comprehensive arts program in prison that builds critical life skills so that people can meet the challenges of connecting with family and community when released. RTA demonstrates that an approach based on human dignity is vastly more successful than one based on punishment. Less than 3% of RTA members return to prison compared to the national recidivism rate of 60%. To learn more about RTA, please visit their website at rta/arts.org. For tickets to the film, which for those of you who are in my backyard in either Western Massachusetts or Northern Connecticut, it will be opening soon at Amherst Cinema on Friday, August 23rd. And it will be available there's one other location coming up soon in our region. It will also be available in Williamstown, Massachusetts, which is in the Berkshires, at Images Cinema, opening Friday, August 30th. Back in my hometown of Detroit, what up, doe? Ann Arbor, Michigan, Detroit. It will be playing at the State Theater in Ann Arbor, opening Friday, August 16th. For those of you, because Black Writers Read has a really substantial following across the globe, Boston, Washington, D.C., Chicago, New York City, Los Angeles, Seattle, Oakland, many of your theaters near you already have this film. Please see this film in person. See it in person. See it in person. And for those of you who are in Western Mass, you may catch me at a showing at Amherst Cinema. I am a proud member. I have been for some time, and I'm very excited to see this film in person. I am going to go right ahead into the interview with Mr. Maclin, where you'll learn more about the film. Special thanks to Mr. Maclin for making time to chat with me on Black Writers Read. And also thank you to Ally Global Marketing and A24 for all your hard work to make this interview happen. So thank you so much for joining me for this special bonus episode of Black Writers Read, and I hope that you enjoyed this conversation as much as I did. Thank you so much for making time to speak with me on Black Writers Read about Sing Sing. I'm still like kind of fangirling because I just finished watching the film, and there's just so many like amazing moments, especially like I love, and I hope that I'm not doing spoilers for folks, but from where I'm based, the film will be coming out here in the next couple of days. But just the softness, the vulnerability, especially for my like Black brothers, I was just like, yes, like so many people need to see this film for so many reasons. So I want to thank you so much for making this possible and also for revisiting your time in that space.
Thank you.
Yes. So, Mr. Maclin, the first question that I have for you is, how did you discover the RTA program, and why was it important for you to get involved?
Well, the RTA program had already been around by the time I stumbled upon it. It was me and Divine G were good friends already. Before I got into the program, we already was cool already before that. However, I had stumbled upon them doing a play, actually watching them do a play, and Dino Johnson was starring in it. And I start seeing these brothers that I start recognizing all around the prison, and what they was doing was beautiful, and I wanted to be a part of it.
Nice, I love that. So I'm going to quote a line of yours from the film. My slings and arrows are on the inside, which is a quote from the monologue from Hamlet that you recite in the film. I'm also really big into theater and educational theater. So that's another reason why I love this film. We get to watch you return to a younger version of yourself, you becoming an actor and you tapping into some very vulnerable places. How did you prepare to play yourself as a character, especially given that the movie y'all shot in the facility? And then also too, if you wanted to talk about how did you play a role in the production process? Because in the end credits, I see that you're a producer on the film.
Yes. Well, what was your first question? What was the first one to know?
What was it like to create a character of yourself and return back to the facility?
Well, I drew from many experiences that I had witnessed during the course of my incarceration. Also, many behaviors that are indicative of prison life, and a mixture of my own experiences to create that particular character, and to have him is actually a definitely a younger version of, but it's a produced version as well. It's a produced version that came from crafting, and putting them together.
And then how else were you involved in the production of the film?
Well, there's a lot of prison slang and a lot of prison attitude that you can't really go and study that nowhere. You can't, there's nowhere to research it. A lot of the things that, a lot of the interactions, a lot of way the scene's supposed to look, to keep authenticity and to add to the integrity that we have for the program. We want to keep that integrity intact.
What did you learn about yourself while filming Sing Sing, especially since you returned to moments of your younger self?
Well, I learned that even now, even after, all the help and all the healing that I've done, and the healing that I've got, I still have layers of that onion to peel back. still have layers that I still have to peel back and examine because of past traumas that, you just pile them on if you never address them. So I learned that there's still a few more layers I may have to address.
Hmm. And then the next question, because I did a little bit of research on you preparing for this interview, because I
Okay.
see that you've also worked on the other side of theater. You've done some theater projects and theater work
Yeah.
within the community. So I would love to know, because in the film, which I want to share with folks that are like listening and watching, in the film, it's about the process of creating
Yeah.
theater and the process of like healing yourselves, which is what I love so much about this movie. So, what I'm just curious, like, what techniques did you learn in rehabilitation through the arts that you use now as someone who provides this work for other people?
Well, I learned that the process of creating an ensemble and putting on a story that the whole story can benefit everybody. And that whole process right there is you're gonna have a lot of life lessons that can be taught and that can be learned. During the process of creating, there's life lessons along the way that can be taught and can be learned.
And I have just a few more questions for you. One of them, especially given that at the end of the film, and I think this is where I got even more emotional, there were clips, I'm thinking there were clips from past, like actual productions that
Yes.
were done. Um, what was your favorite role to play when you did the work with RTA?
I believe it would be Oedipus Rex.
Really?
Yes. I really enjoyed that.
What was it that you liked about playing? Because it's a very interesting character.
Yeah. And I like first I like the complexity of the language and how it takes that skill and that craft to bring that to the audience that I was bringing it to and have them relate and have them understand and have them stay with the storyline and have them, cry at the right moment. So I felt like that was a real skillful task. The next thing I liked about the role was that how at some point it paralleled and mirrored my own life, how like rather than face problems, I would run from them. And like Oedipus, he ran directly into what he was running from. So a lot of times those things parallel my life at different points.
Oh, wow. And then what role did you play in RTA Productions that you would like to do again?
I would like to do August Wilson's Jitney and do
Yes.
Booster.
I teach August Wilson's Fences, which
Okay.
I forgot to mention another reason why this interview was so special and important to me. I teach for Bard Michael College Holyoke. We're actually a program of the Bard Prison Initiative. So I'm not one that teaches within the prisons, but I
Right.
teach for one of the community-based programs. And so when A24 reached out to me, I was like, oh yes, I want to do this interview so bad. So Jitney, yes, I haven't read Jitney yet, but what I love, and I love that you want to do August Wilson again. I love the strong Black men and just the complexities of the
Yes.
strong Black men that he writes. So I love that you want to do August Wilson again. And I heard something about you maybe applying to go to acting school.
Really?
Uh, or am I fantasizing that for you?
Maybe are you suggesting that? You think that's my next step, you think?
I I think it's your next. You are an amazing actor. Like the moment there's so many. Oh, I don't want to give away the film for people who haven't watched it yet, but there's just so many moments. Like I remember the scene where your character finds out that you're going to be released, and just even in the facial expressions, like there was very little said in that moment, but it was just some of the most beautiful acting I've ever seen. And I'm like, I hope Mr. Maclin is looking into Are you open to pursuing an acting career?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I definitely want to do it. There are many roles I think I want to do. There's a lot of stories I would like to tell.
We're gonna manifest it for you, sir. What is a dream role that you want to play?
Oh man, I want to do a Western really bad. A nice Western. I also want to do I want to dress up in a suit and tie and get my sophistication on.
I love that because, and also too, I was like, when watching the film, I was like, did you have any interest in acting as a child? Because you just so much you bring to this role. I was just like, oh my gosh.
Well, actually, I didn't. Actually, as a child, I was very artistic. Though I like to draw, paint, create with my hands. Things I even like puzzles, jigsaw puzzles, just to be able to create with my hands. But I suppressed all of that because at that time that wasn't what the cool kids was doing. So I wanted to run with the cool kids. So I suppressed my artistic side until I got into prison and Rehabilitation Through the Arts woke it up again.
And speaking of that, this is the last question that I have for you for time. What is it that you would like folks to walk away with and also do? Because this film, I feel like, is a very important call to action. What is it that you would like for folks to walk away with after seeing the movie? And then what would you like for them to do?
Okay. For the people on the outside, I would like them to walk away with the knowledge that the people on the inside are human beings. And they are still humans and they still possess the capacity to be great. Every one of them. And what I would like the people out here to do is to look around their own immediate circles, the people in your circles, in your community, and you're going to find a lot of me's, a lot of guys like me, that all they really need is a little bit of hope, a little bit of trust, some motivation, some inspiration, and they could be great too. For the brothers inside, what I would like them to walk away with is that we are more than the sum of our mistakes. And we still have the capacity to come home and contribute to our communities and be pillars and be men in our communities. Still could do that.
Actually, I have one more question for you because I think I have like one more minute. What was a favorite moment from filming? Because one of the things I heard was y'all shot this in 18 days. That's not a lot of time, and it's also not a lot of time to learn the script. So what was your favorite moment from producing the film?
Well, a lot of my favorite moments, a lot of them we captured off camera because we had a ball all throughout the whole process. We had a great time producing this movie, making it happen. And every day was more like a reunion than a day at work. It was more like a reunion every day. So that was how it was. That was the energy that was circling around every day on set.
Yeah, and also I wanted to share with folks who are listening or watching. Please watch, because some people when they go to the movie theater, they stay until the last moment and then the credits and they walk out. Please stay for the entirety of the credits because
you need to stay for that.
Yes, please do, because you'll see the cast. Like there are a lot of folks who participated in RTA that are in this movie. Like I love this movie so much. So, Mr. Maclin, thank you. Like, thank you so much. I am so honored to have this time with you. I am honored for the work that you've done on this film, and I'm honored at the fact that this film exists. There are so many things that I believe in this movie, and I want so many people to experience it.
Thank you so much.
So thank you so much for joining us for this very special bonus episode of Black Writers Read. You can find us online at blackwritersread.com for tickets and screenings for Sing Sing to find where it's playing New Year. Go to tickets.singsing.movie. To learn more about Rehabilitation Through the Arts, please visit their website at rta-arts.org. Black Writers Read, we will be back for season 5. Season 5 in early September. I believe we have our first episode scheduled for September 7th. Be on the lookout for information on it. Also, be on the lookout for the trailer to give you some insight on what to expect for season 5. Season 5 is especially packed. We have a lot of live in person Black Writers Read happening and some very, very special, special guests. So, thank you so much for joining us for this very special bonus episode of Black Writers Read. And thank you for ensuring that Black creatives continue to matter. See you all very soon.